Call Clayton Mitchell.
Thank you, Mr Chair. Just to take a quick call in relation in the committee stage for this new legislation, and I have to say that the SOP that came through last night was quite hot when it was first handed to me. Nonetheless, it does make some sense. And just getting back to the point I made in the first reading, sir, with regards to a Monty Python sketch or a scene out of the Muppet Show when we were talking about Lydia the Tattooed Lady, sung by Kermit the Frog, is exactly what we're talking about here in section 44, to amend the permitted trading hours for premises without relevant local alcohol policy. It says here in section 44/3, after Rugby World Cup 2015 extended trading hours, insert section 47A, Anzac Day trading hours for licensed RNZRSA clubs. It goes on to that and does the same thing in section 45, so amending the permitted trading hours for premises with relevant local alcohol policy, sir. It says in section 45.3, after Rugby World Cup 2015 extended trading hours, let's insert section 47A, Anzac Day trading hours for licensed RNZRSA clubs. And that, to me, sir, is not what the intention of legislation is about, is to do on-the-fly amendments and changes. That is an indictment, it is a blotch on our paper of our sale and supply agreement, and we would certainly urge the government to readdress this issue about common sense policy around the simple act of having a drink for an occasion. Now, the police are getting no blame from New Zealand First for their stance that they take, because of course the legislation is open for interpretation. And where the police lay their decision-making with regards to the issuing of a special licence is very risk-averse. And understanding the situation of the police department being so under-resourced as they currently are, as the Minister will no doubt one day agree to and actually service the police more adequately, would certainly help that situation for them to be able to resource special licensing conditions to make sure that order is kept within our communities. Mr Speaker, we do put forward a supplementary order paper. The simple fact of saying sale and supply of alcohol exemption for Royal New Zealand Return Services Association, I can hardly get through it before I need to take another breath, sir, would certainly be better said by saying the sale and supply of alcohol, Anzac Day, extended hours for RSA's amendment bill. And so hopefully we can change that when we go to put to the vote. And Mr Speaker, we certainly will be supporting this all the way through to get some common sense into the art of having a beer and celebrating the people that have given their life, given their time and given their services to their country, to the values that they hold, principally the New Zealand way of life, sir. Thank you.
Are there any further speakers? Well, members, we move to the vote on the clauses, which will be put separately. First, we have Paul Foster's Bell's amendment to Clause 1 as set out on SOP number 168. And the question is that the amendment be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. We move to Clayton Mitchell's amendment to Clause 1 as set out on SOP number 170. This is now out of order as being inconsistent with the previous decision of the committee. So the question is that Clause 1 is amended stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The question is that Clause 2 stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The question is that Clause 3 stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. We move to Clause 4 and we have Paul Foster Bell's amendment replacing Clause 4 with new clauses 4 to 7 as set out on SOP number 168. And the question is that the amendment be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. I will report this bill with amendment.